it up. Now, performance-wise, this thing had that Apple A4 chip inside of it, a 1 gigahertz CPU, which I think was just a single-core CPU, and 512 megabytes of RAM, so about half a gig of RAM. Now, surprisingly, I didn't know this, the top-tier storage model was 32 gigs, the bottom-tier model was 8 gigs, no expandable storage or anything like that. But regardless, I mean, I don't really think, like I said, many people are using this phone anymore. But I mean, I will tell you this phone is not that great of a performing phone as of this point. But I can only imagine that at that time, compared to a lot of the competition, this must have been a pretty decently smooth phone. You know, I don't know. I didn't own this phone when it first came out, so I can only imagine, like I said. But I would kind of, infer that this phone's performance was actually not that bad. I think if I had to use this phone as an everyday phone back in 2010, even like probably 2015, I could probably get by, but I would obviously rather use something like an iPhone 5 or an iPhone 5S. Those type of phones have held up extremely well, and I think this phone is definitely okay when it comes down to it. So when it comes down to the performance aspect, it gets you from point A to point B. As of this day and age, it's a horrible performing phone. I mean, a lot of apps close out in the background as soon as you hop out, and I really do think iOS 7 ruined this phone completely. I wish that really wasn't the case. I wish it did have a little bit more capability when it came down to it, but there's really nothing we can do. And like I said before, I think when it comes down to this specific phone, it has a lot of capability at that time, and the software support was very good, okay for the most part. But even, beyond this phone, Apple really took it up a notch and started supporting their phones even longer. You look at a phone like an iPhone 5S, Apple is still supporting that thing. And, shout out to Apple for doing that. That's super impressive. So when it comes down to the performance aspect, that really pretty much covers it up. Now,